Do you think North Notts College needs a makeover? Well, creative marketing agency Happy Giraffe has been enlisted to rebrand the college image.
We're here today at North Notts College to get some photography and vox pops from the students. What we're really trying to do is update all of the marketing materials for the college. At the moment, the marketing materials don't have real students from North Notts in there, so that's what we're here to do.
A variety of students were involved, having their photographs taken, and were open about their views on the college. Happy Giraffe will be working with the college until the new year. Keep an eye out, you could be the new face of North Notts College.
Here at Worksop Town Football Club, ex-Stamford manager Simon Clark has been appointed as the new Worksop Town boss after taking over from Martin McIntosh. With his background in professional football, he has led the team to an undefeated streak, winning 7 out of 9 games.
He's a good manager, he's been a pro, so that always helps. He's got the lads going. Obviously, when we came, there was near the bottom of the league, and I think we're now mid-table, which is good.
But do the players themselves realise what the new manager Simon Clark has changed in the squad and what he has brought to the club?
Well, obviously he's brought in a bit of stability. Obviously, like I say, Worksop was a bit indifferent start of the season. Obviously, like I say, we've sort of tidied up the defence, so we're not letting in as many goals. We're scoring plenty, which is good, and we're climbing the table, which is even better.
I've come in on loan, so I don't know what it was like before he was here, but since I've been here, you know, everything's positive, training's hard, everybody works hard, and, you know, we go into games believing that we're going to win them.
The gaffer's brought in some ideas that obviously I was with at Stamford, so obviously I know what he's all about. But yeah, the club will definitely go forward under him, and I'm sure there's good things to come at Worksop Town.
In a short period of time, Simon Clark has made a big impression on the players and fans, and this is starting to show on the pitch with their current form.
Worksop's Town Centre is celebrating a very special birthday for one of its oldest stores as the Ayres building turns 100 years old. Ayres was originally situated on Newcastle Avenue, however, unfortunately burnt down and later rebuilt at the top of Worksop's Town Centre.
How long have you worked here exactly?
Approximately about 27 years.
And what has kept you here so long?
Well, partly because it's a family business. I started when I was roughly about 16. Enjoy meeting the public.
Speaking to customers, it is clear that the store's excellent service and modern furniture are the key to its success.
I have. I bought wardrobes and have had settees, a 3-piece suite from Ayres.
Yeah, my nan, she bought all her furniture from Ayres and she had it for about 40 years. She still even had the original receipts.
Normally when I first started it was very much traditional with Urquhart and JC furniture in dark oak and mahogany. But now it's much more modern and it's light oak and that sort of fashion.
So what was the reaction of Worksop's residents when told about Ayres' big birthday?
I think it's a really nice shop and I think it looks nice at the top of town with the big open windows. I really like it.
I didn't, but I know it's been there a long time. It's interesting to know that.
I think it's very good that it's part of Worksop history. It's been there a long time.
So congratulations to Ayres on its 100th birthday.
I'm proud to be part of the history.
I feel really proud to be a Worksop resident with the success of Ayres.
This is the Bloodhound, a car capable of creating the land speed record, and as part of their educational programme, the car has made a stop here at North Notts College.
This event is taking place because of the land speed record hopefully will be broken next summer in South Africa by the Bloodhound supersonic car, and it's an opportunity for students at this college and pupils at secondary schools and primary schools to come together to learn more about science, technology, engineering and maths in relation to how the car will propel at 1,050 miles per hour across the flat plains of South Africa.
It's a fantastic opportunity for young people in Bassetlaw. I've learnt about the amount of engineering that's gone into this project and just how complex, and I think it makes you very proud to be British to see that a lot of this technology has come from British companies.
The car, capable of travelling 4 football pitches every second, weighs over £14,000 and has a sponsorship deal over £10 million from partners such as Intel.
The whole object of the project is to inspire the next generation of young people to develop skills in science, technology, engineering and mathematics.
My role in the Bloodhound project is to represent Bloodhound SSC in front of schools and colleges. I'm absolutely astounded at the amount of innovation and teamwork put together within the Bloodhound project to achieve the end goal of 1,050 miles an hour.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity for Worksop, for Retford, for Tuxford, for the whole surrounding area to really get to understand just how big this event is. Normally these things only go to London, don't they? Not this time, they're coming to Worksop.
Motivational speaker Trevor Gordon gave a lecture to the students of North Notts College, sharing his knowledge on equality and diversity. His purpose was to inform them of the Equality Act and how characteristics can affect different people.
You probably walk through the door thinking, I'm about to get bored stiff for the next hour. Equal ops and diversity? Yes? Well, I don't know what you're going to get for the next hour, but you're not going to get bored and you're not going to get stiff. What I hope to achieve from today is to get the learners that I interact with to realise that equality of opportunity and diversity is central to all of our lives. It's central to your success, it's central to how you see the world, it's central to how you are going to live. How many of you have a lesbian or gay friend? Put your hand up. How many of you associate openly and have no problem with saying I have lesbian and gay friends?
Although Trevor is now a successful consultant and inspires young people, that wasn't always the case for him.
I got thrown out at the age of 15 and excluded from school. I then went on the street, I spent time in gangs, I sold drugs. I then realised I had a brain in my head and I wasn't dumb. I went back to university where I did my degree and my masters. All of you achieve your potential. All of you pass. Don't let the college down, don't let me down, don't let them down. And God bless you and I hope you've enjoyed the session.
Yeah, I learned quite a lot. He taught me things that I've never even would have heard of before.
I think he's got really good knowledge and he shares it really well about equality and diversity.
Trevor Gordon has made students realise that equality is central to life and that a person can be what they want to be. The students have gained a lot from this lecture, understanding the important fact that it's not where you're from, it's where you're going.
When was the last time you visited Worksop Market? Well, there's been a bit of a change recently. Worksop Market has recently moved from the top of town to Bridge Street, but does this mean an age-old tradition will die or will the market begin to thrive? This is what the market used to look like, but the new building of an 8-screen cinema has forced to rethink its location. How does the move affect stall owners?
Before the move of the market, it's mistakings halved, and the first day down on the market today, it looks very promising. It really looks good, so yeah.
The Market's Moving is a regeneration programme for the town centre. It's been in conjunction with the building of a cinema at the top of town, and the market has actually moved down and working with retail to make the town centre a more attractive place to shop and take part in, sort of thing.
Bridge Street is the main high street in Worksop and is where the new market is situated. So we've heard the positive effects on the stalls, so what about the shops?
It's affected us like people-wise. Obviously we produce more customers for our business, and then like drinks-wise, food-wise, so all around everything. So like with it moving down here, it's done a lot of good for our business.
Most town centres are actually dying at this moment in time. This authority is actually taking it on board and trying to create a more happier shopping community type thing.
So the general opinion of the move is positive and has already given the town a big boost. So why don't you come down and see for yourself?
Every year, the Guardian Rose Awards honour people in Bassetlaw, and we went along to meet some of this year's winners. We went to the Ashley pub to interview one of the workers called Mavis Weaver, who won a Guardian Rose Award.
Service to customers, which I was very, very pleased about, and I had no idea at all. I've done this for a long time. I've done this job since I was 21. It was very nice to be nominated and to get it, but I thought there was people there that had achieved more than I thought I'd achieved. It was done very, very professionally, and it was done very, very nicely as well.
We went along to Langold Primary School to meet Lindsay Marsh, who won the Teacher of the Year award.
A parent nominated me because they think that helped their child come on leaps and bounds. I was very honoured, very shocked. I was in the middle of teaching when the parents came in and the guardian came in and gave me the award. The children have responded really well to it, and my parents and family and my colleagues have been really supportive. It was just great to get an award after my first year of teaching. But I felt proud because my mum and my dad were there as well, so it was really good.
The final winner we met was Connections employee Mark Wakelin. The award he won was Most Influential Person of the Year.
It was a surprise that I won the award because I went not knowing that I'd won it. And when I listened to other stories, I was thinking, God, these have really done loads of really good work and that. And I think sometimes that you don't realise what you've done yourself because you're just doing your job, helping them get back into education or raise the confidence and that through arts, music and culture. Just felt a bit overwhelmed really, and just put things into perspective because like I say, you don't realise the work that you're doing until somebody makes you look at it and makes you think about it.
This year's awards was very successful and we look forward to meeting the winners of next year's.
Works Up Golf Club in North Nottinghamshire sits close to the M1 and A1 motorway and has 600 members. With the 100th anniversary of the golf club approaching, I asked Alan Mansbridge, the manager, why the club is so special.
The club's 100 years in 2 years' time. 2014 is Works Up Golf Club centenary year. Every member owns one share towards the club, and there's 600 members. And I think it's important that the members do own a share of the club so they feel more valued by the club and they have an input in the club's running.
The club is probably most famous for its association with golfer Lee Westwood, former world champion, himself from Works Up who learned to play there.
Yeah, Lee certainly is the most famous of the golfers that's connected to the Works Up Golf Club. Certainly when Lee got to #1 in the world, that did bring some publicity to the club. And it certainly attracted golfers to come to the club because Lee Westwood and Mark Foster is associated with the club.
The club's pro shop keeps all the golfers looking smart with the new merchandise, while the restaurant is open from 9 AM to 5 PM. It keeps the golfers healthy and ready for a day of golf.
I think the restaurant is vital to the club. When you've had a game of golf, certainly in windy conditions and adverse conditions, 4 hours worth of golf, a good round or a bad round, you're ready for something to eat, and the golf club provides a really good service.
Works Up Golf Club is obviously a big part of some people's lives, so it doesn't look like it will be going anywhere just yet. And with its association with pro golfers, it will be interesting to see who the future golf stars are.
The new Savoy Cinema in Works Up has been in construction for quite some time, so we at North Notts College went to get an insight on how it is progressing.
The cinema will have a huge draw for the town centre. There'll be several thousand people coming every week, so that will have knock-on effects with the nighttime economy. Lots of other restaurants and bars will be starting up in the area as a consequence of this.
The cinema's a focal point, and the people going to the cinema will spend their money in local shops close by. It's inevitable, and that's why I think there'll be a great deal more work done at the top end of town, really as a spin-off in terms of redevelopment. And so local businesses will be net beneficiaries as a result of this.
And it just means that people in this in Bassetlaw will be spending their money in Worksop rather than travelling miles and miles to other areas for their film selection.
And something in addition to do that they probably wouldn't normally do unless they're on a trip outside the district. And also for families, there'll be the benefit when we have the other buildings that are redeveloped, when they're opened. So the Ship Inn is likely to be opened as a restaurant.
The cinema is scheduled to be finished around March the 5th next year, will hold 600 people and contain 6 cinema screens as well as other facilities. Here at North Notts College, the Army is visiting the college's public services students to give an insight into Army life.
The purpose of our visit today is to work with public service course and teach them personal development activities. A lot of the students are fairly new, as it's fairly new into the term, and it also gets them to know each other and gets them to start working as a team.
I've enjoyed taking part in the visit today because it's been a good benefit for me and the people I'm working with, because even though we didn't get to know each other well before we went in, we've had a little test to see what it's like working in a team with each other. I thought the best part of the visit was just getting into groups and actually talking to people, since we've only knew them not even a day, so it hasn't been that bad.
Like I said earlier, they're mainly sort of team tasks, sort of building things and getting them to work together and communicate.
By being given fitness tasks and mental activities, the Army gives out a little basic knowledge to students.